What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for another DSP video, and my god, the stories we have today are sad and hilarious. First off, so something YouTube has implemented now is when you go to a live chat, there is an AI chat summary. So basically what it does is it analyzes what the streamer is doing, what they're saying, what the chat is talking about, and sums it up so when you jump in, you're caught up on what's been going on in the stream. So we have a few examples here. Misery Merchant puts this one out. Viewers are discussing the drama and controversy surrounding a popular streamer's recent statement about lag and netcode issues, where he initially denied any responsibility and later admitted to it. Some believe this is findom, where he enjoys being abused by viewers, and while others suspect it's all fake. People are criticizing Phil for insulting his viewers and wondering why his support is declining. Brian, another streamer, then joins the chat and Phil continues to insult him. And we have another one. The streamer is getting flack for his recent behavior while playing a video game, including a perceived negative attitude toward his audience, calling the viewer a wife beater and then making controversial statements about red meat. DSP just watched a video of a viewer rant on him, which was entertained by Brian, another streamer, reacted to the video, which made DSP upset. DSP viewers are making fun of him for getting upset. Then we have this from Gamerface Gaming. People are discussing a fighting game stream, specifically a match between DSPGAMING and JP. Viewers are debating whether JP deserved to win the round. As DSPGAMING has several inputs that were dropped or incorrect, the chat is divided, with some viewers supporting DSPGAMING and the others supporting JP. Then we have another one. The chat is centered around a competitive Street Fighter game. Viewers are discussing whether an orangutan or chimpanzee can be trained to be a competitive player, and debating the likelihood of this happening. Then we have Chris. Chat is discussing a streamer's gameplay and how intoxicated and coherent he is. Now this one here, it's about him talking about Khet's PC, which we will get to later on in the video, but also it mixes in what he does in Stardew Valley and what his chat says. This chat conversation is about a YouTube streamer named DSPGAMING and his recent stream with a female viewer named Khet. DSPGAMING tried to give her a monetary gift, but she did not accept it, began to ask for different things such as a statue, mixtape, or goat cheese. Then DSP started talking about his day off. He kept saying how he ate breakfast early, so he was starving by the time he got home. But early for Philip Burnell is around 10:30. So take the whole day off story with a grain of salt. Then basically it was the same day off story he tells every single week, but there's a pattern going. If anyone hasn't noticed, every single week he says how DoorDash ruined his food, so he demands a refund and gets it. Well, this week is no different, but the reasons are getting dumber and dumber. David Davidson. Phil ordered Thai food and it was too spicy, so he complained and got a refund for more food to DoorDash. That is right, he orders Thai food, complains that it's too spicy and demands a refund. If this is not a Karen, I don't know what is. And JG Win adds on to that. I wonder at what point DoorDash gets fed up and bans him off their service. But that's the problem, is there's too many services. So if he gets banned off one, he'll just go to the other, Uber Eats. Now this is where we get into the DoorDash scam. Poem Josh. The funniest part of the DoorDash too spicy story is that he refunded the spicy food because he couldn't eat that. Then said later that he kept eating it while he waited for the Mediterranean food to arrive that was ordered as a replacement. This dude is scamming every single aspect of his life. Cause think about it. Whenever he streams the day before his day off, he goes, guys, you know, if you tip me, it helps me with my day off. I can have a meal out with my wife, which is DoorDash. But then he gets the money for DoorDash, gets it refunded for the dumbest reasons, keeps the money, keeps the food, gets replacement food as well for free, eats all that, and then spends the money at Hogan's. So I think that's why it always coordinates to whatever he gets in tips minus 10% fee is put on WWE champions, because he scams DoorDash to get the money back just so he can put them on Hogan's. That is high addiction right there. And we have Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs. DSP when DoorDash refuses his 8th refund for this week because he claims there's too much food for him to eat is not a valid reason for a refund. That's another excuse he used to get a refund, is that they gave me too much food. The restaurant gave me too much food, so I want a refund and I want to keep the food. I can't wait till reality hits this guy right in the face and he gets karma. And Brandon adds on to it. Too much food? that he ate anyway. And then he talked about his day off errands. And he said this from David Davidson. Khet was apparently almost not able to stand after doing a bunch of errands yesterday, so he had to finish up his day off on his own at Costco and the pet store. Then he ordered more food for them, which he probably tried to get a refund for. Who would have thought that being obese would physically limit you? Yeah, she's gonna be in a scooter one day, I'm just saying. Then we have this from Duty. Disclaimer, does not apply to WWE champions.
Thoughts about going to a casino? It could be fun. Like, I don't have any problem with gambling as long as you do it responsibly. Go in there with a budget. This is what I used to do when I would go to casinos. You go in there with a budget. I'm only going to spend that budget. I'm not going to be using anything past that, right? That's exactly what you got to do, because there's too many people who go in there. I'll just keep playing. I'll keep playing. I'll keep playing. Next thing you know, you spend all your money. You maxed out all your credit. You're like, oh my God, what did I do? Right? That is not.
Also, keep in mind, this is the guy who maxed out 13 credit cards. Just saying. Then remember last video I said he's going to review The Boys Season 4 even though he never finished Season 3. DSP now says that he will be labeled a heinous villain to both the right and the left if he shares his views on The Boys, because that's how America is. Got a newsflash for you, Phil. You're already a heinous villain to both sides. Then we have Theo with a quote of Phil about The Boys Season 4. Guys, they're portraying Homelander as Donald Trump by him going to trial. DSP, I feel like Homelander was always going to end up in court in The Boys. Call me crazy, but in episode 1 of season 1, Homelander did very bad things. Are you dumb? Then, ladies and gentlemen, with all his settings in Street Fighter 6, he now says he cannot blame the lag, the dropped inputs, because it's all fixed. And now, he's talking about how the rollback netcode is good and is the best in any competitive fighting game. However, he will not apologize to the Cannon Brothers. So we have this from Mirrored Entity. Cannon Brothers, on behalf of DSP, per his own admission, he is very sorry for calling you guys liars and scammers for your shitty ass netcode for the last decade. Please accept this half-assed apology with zero emotion and no credit towards you and your company.
Now, in some cases, it could be netcode, because netcode is not perfect. I will say this, since I've eliminated the input lag, playing this game online, with the exception of sometimes when you could see the connection actually fluctuating, the game's been pretty flawless. I'm going to repeat that. The game's been pretty flawless online. And so, I feel bad because for an entire year, I played Street Fighter 6, raging about the netcode and how frustrated I was about rollback netcode. In truth, it wasn't the netcode, it was the input delay that was the problem all along. And now that that problem's been solved, I really have no complaints about the netcode or any kind of control issue. I think for the most part, the game is damn good, you know? And so I have to apologize to whoever is actually responsible for the netcode of Street Fighter 6. I don't know who actually designed the netcode that Capcom is using. I'm sure it's some crazy generation, you know, of netcode that they've been using. It's actually good. All right. And so I'm one who, once I see a situation and I see the error of my ways, I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. I absolutely was wrong about the netcode of Street Fighter 6. Okay. My fault. Okay.
For 10 years, he's been ranting about rollback netcode, how shit he is, everyone should be fired who implemented it, blah blah blah. But now he says, oh, I realized my mistake, my bad. He won't even say the Cannon Brothers won't apologize to them, despite him calling them scammers, liars, thieves in some points, being banned off the forums because they called out the netcode, and he was the whistleblower, and everyone else in the FGC who likes netcode are all sheep. But of course, DSP's my bad makes it all better. And let's not even get into all the serious allegations he said about the Cannon Brothers and other people in the FGC. Now we get into an update about the steak meme. Now this is how DSP responds to it. DSP knew half the people talking about steak last night was one guy on clone accounts. But he didn't ban them until this morning, and when he did, he banned half of them. That's right, he's saying the only people talking about steak was one guy talking to himself on sock accounts. That is 100% not true. I was watching, Phil. I saw your regulars, people that give you money, talking about the steak meme. The more he talked about this stupid shit, trying to make it all about detractors, the stupider he sounded. Then he went on to say steaks are now a detractor meme because he's upset about people noticing him yelling at his stream chat like an asshole. Absolutely nobody was upset about the steak shit in your chat. You got upset because nobody was talking about the game. The chat is recorded.
Like they wanted to talk about Street Fighter and they couldn't. Like why is no one here talking about Street Fighter on a fucking Street Fighter stream? People talking about steaks and shit. So I laid down the law about it and said stop. And then fucking what's his name, Friendly Gremlin, gave me lit back. He's like, oh well, this stream's like boring. There's nothing to talk about. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing on a fighting game stream then? If you don't like fighting games, go somewhere else to talk about something else, right? Like what the fuck? Do you go into a meeting about a book club talking about this week's book and say, wow, I hate books? No, stupid. And that's what I mean. People think that my streams sometimes are just some kind of place to go in and just, oh, let's just talk about hanging out about other shit. Like, dude, that's so disrespectful to the streamer to just go into someone else's chat and let's just completely derail it with a topic that has nothing to do with what's going on the stream. That's disrespectful. That's going into a place of business and completely derailing the business. Don't do it. It's against the rules. It always has been. It's one thing if there's a natural discussion, but if the streamer says something, hey man, stop, and you keep doing it, you're a fucking asshole and you're liable like everyone else to get moderated. All right? And by the way, this whole thing I'm talking about, we have now just spent more time on this by like 10 times than what happened on the stream. The stream was literally, people are talking about steak. Okay, I'm going to keep playing the game. So I played for another half hour. I turn back and I see people upset because they can't talk about Street Fighter because everyone's talking about steak. And I lay down the law. It was like 1 minute. And then fucking stupid Friendly Gremlin gave me lip. And I gave him back and said, stop. Don't disrespect me on my stream. And that was it. It was over. It was like 60 seconds. But this is the meme for a day and a half. Why would you even entertain that? The moment that some moron says steak explosion on DSP stream, you say, do not recommend on YouTube ever. This is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And you move on. Like literally 60 seconds out of a fucking 2.5 hour Dalsim stream is somehow the focus of the stream. No, it's not. Only if you're a fucking mouth-drooling moron would you think that that was important. You have to be the most boring, idiotic, mind-numbingly dumb person to think that a 60-second moment talking about don't derail my fucking stream chat about steaks has anything to do with reality or what was going on in that stream.
For anyone that doesn't know, the Lucky Gremlin is one of those dolphins on the precedence of being a whale. He gives memberships, super chats, tips all the time, and Phil decides to shit all over him, tell him to fuck off and go away. Great strategy. You already lost 1 Minute Man and other whales. You only have OIC as the mega whale anymore. But yeah, let's yell at the people that give you money still, Phil. And then DSP went on to say, he cannot act in a cool-minded manner towards people when he is playing Street Fighter since he is agitated and his blood pressure is up. You should expect to be yelled at and not coddled. Because of it, as a member of his chat, Poems Josh adds onto it, and before it's asked, yes, he said this. And Barrett Wells at the bottom, look babe, I don't want to hit you, but I just had a really bad day. To be fair, you were kind of annoying me vibes. So we just had the speech about Netcode, we had the speech about steak, so let's see how his next Street Fighter stream went. We have Gout Gout. The assault has already started.
That I can do. Ultra scrub gameplay and gets super low. On fight, because I drive rush, he got a 50% combo. On fight. Just by getting lucky and jumping. By the way, he quits. On a 1-in-1, he quit. You have an incredible top tier character. You got insanely lucky. You quit on a 1-in-1? What a pussy bitch. Wow. Wow, that's what his parents taught him to do when he was a kid, huh? Run from conflict when you're getting spanked. Okay. Very interesting. Pretty sad. This is the next generation of humans that are coming up now. What a bitch.
Here comes a new challenge.
Then we have this one. Back to blaming the netcode without saying the netcode.
Can't block. I tried to block backwards. Can't block. Can't block. Can't duck it. Can't block, dude. It's like 100 hits in a row. I'm doing the right thing and the game won't do it for me. So fuck this. I'm not rematching this person. Fuck this when the game says 20 milliseconds, but literally doesn't respond fast. So anyone who's just doing non-stop attacks, I can't fucking beat. It won't let me defend against them. I'm not wasting time on it. 20 millisecond Cammy, every move she presses is unblockable. Literally every move. Cross up, can't do it. Fucking ground kick, can't block it. Well, then I don't care. And then I do wake up reversal and it gives me regular drive impact. I didn't do that, so I didn't lose that round. So fuck that. I'm quitting out of every time that happens. I'm done with it. Every single fucking time that happens, I'm gone. I'm not wasting any fucking master points on a shitty fucking bullshit low millisecond connection that nothing responds when I input.
I love how he says 20 milliseconds is a bad connection, but he had 100 milliseconds playing with Brian. Make that make sense, Phil. Then DSP, towards the end of the night, said, Capcom are assholes because he lost tonight with Lily a lot. And then he had a low supported night, I believe $37. This is a quote of DSP by Poem Josh. Well, to anyone who supported tonight, thank you. And it sucks. We didn't even hit our fucking tips goal either, on top of everything else. I'm being frustrated. It sucks we don't even hit that goal. But it's life, I guess. And at the bottom, $108 plus $37 is more than $50 in each. What's the problem? Mario Faker. The $100+ he got on the first stream didn't cover the second stream. Yeah, because he wants $50 a stream, which means he's asked for $100 a day. He gets $100+ in the first stream, which would mean his entire day's covered. Because $37 a night stream. For fuck's sakes, guys, what happened to the tips goal, dudes? Then we get to the Stardew Valley stream, and this is where things get really juicy. First off, he said he got sick from eating a Hot Pocket. It messed up his guts. Bentatorship, this dude is not a serious person. I can't even, man. May is Bay. Only DSP can fuck up a Hot Pocket. Now, didn't he have like a Hot Pocket? Oh, sorry. Kat's pizza bombs that she made from scratch. Remember that? I think it was the Super Bowl event. But it was actually Hot Pockets. I remember him saying he was sick the next day. Funny how that happens. Then Derek was back and full spamming mode. And he kept spamming and spamming and spamming. So DSP finally put his foot down with Derek. DSP just told Derek he can stop spamming. The reason he isn't answering is because he isn't interested. And Derek is downstairs crying right now, besides Fat Cat. I like Wes at the bottom. Now, shut up and make my shitty thumbnails, Derek. Then someone asked him if he tried fish, particularly halibut. And he said, halibut? It doesn't ring a bell. I don't know if I ever tried it. And then the bombshell happened. Out of nowhere, nobody asked him about it. He just brought this up himself. He's going to take his wife's PC. That is right. He said he couldn't afford a new PC. Nobody wanted to donate to him. I'm sure something fell apart behind the scenes. Probably OIC is broke right now. Gamecucker has to suck more dick to get the money. But whatever it was, he doesn't have the money for it. He says his wife hasn't used the PC in years. It's been off for years. So he's going to take that and use it. And he asked his wife. He went there for permission. And then I put this out. When he takes his wife's PC to replace his, he wants to stream in 4K. Can't wait till he has his camera in HD. Should be interesting. Yeah, because the whole thing is his camera is very low quality because his current PC, in his words, can't handle an HD. So when he goes to the new one, guess what people are going to be bugging him about? HD camera. And then we will see the old, true self of Phil. Then we have this from Gout. This man is nuts. He's going to switch to Cat's PC sometime this summer and do a bunch of terrible streams switching it over. DSP hopes someone will donate an ROG Ally or Steam Deck so he can play Street Fighter 6 on PC. You're going to hear him say something which is going to set the tone for the summertime, where he's going to say, it's more reasonable that someone donates me an ROG Ally or a Steam Deck than an expensive PC. That tells you how entitled and up his own ass he is.
And halibut, a delicious halibut. Very nice. So Derb says it would prove better to focus on getting a stronger desktop PC for gaming and streaming than getting a handheld like that. You say that, however, all right, I have an update for everyone. I have not shared this with anyone yet, this information, but I think that it's time to start talking about it. Since my PC is 10 years old and is now starting to have functional issues, like every once in a while I get corrupted videos, so the hard drive's going, half of the fans on the thing have died. It's obvious at this point that I can't keep using this anymore. And I've been thinking, like, what's the best option here? And quite frankly, I was in the midst of you know, considering a few different options, and I was on the fence about a few things. But here's what's happened is now that I have this upgrade where now I can actually do really high quality console gaming and streaming because I have this great new capture device. Well, the way I'm seeing it is I don't think that I will be really doing high-end PC gaming, just being honest. Because here's the thing. I need a PC to replace this one very soon. I don't think this one's going to last much longer. I think we're going to start seeing functionality issues with it now within the next year or two. So I had a conversation with my wife, and I think what we're going to do is over the summer, she does not use her PC anymore at all. It just sits in there off endlessly. Okay? She hasn't used it in years. She's a console gamer now. So I think I'm going to convert over, and I'm going to use her PC for capture and streaming. Her PC is probably way more stronger than mine. And so I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. I basically have to migrate everything over and do all of that. And so hers will be dedicated just for capture and streaming, and that'll be the PC I use from now on. And then basically everything will go through there. But the thing is, I don't want to spend money on an expensive PC. If I'm going to do PC gaming, it probably should be a less expensive option, like a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally or whatever you call them now. I don't know how you say it, but like I think those would be the better option rather than me spending a ton of money and then not doing a lot of PC gaming. I'd rather just get a device and run it through a dedicated capture streaming PC, just like I've always done. All right. So her PC, I want to say, is from like 2017. So it's Windows 10. It's got, I'm pretty sure the specs are better than mine, like way better. But I don't know. I won't know till I mess with it. And I haven't even had a chance to really go in there and mess with it. But I'm thinking over the summer when things are slow and there's not a lot of games out and stuff, we may have a week where it's upgrade week. Where day one, I go in there, I turn it on, I look at the specs, I report back to you guys. Day two, I actually bring it in here, I get it hooked up, I turn it on, I, you know, update Windows, get myself logged in, get it working and all of that. Day three, I migrate over OBS, right? And, you know, doing this slowly over the course of a week. And then having a couple testing days where we test it and see how it works. And by the way, just so you know, some of the upgrades, for example, I'm going to be able to finally use my Stream Deck. Excuse me, my Stream Deck. I've had a Stream Deck donated for years. It doesn't work with Windows 8. I'd be able to use the Stream Deck. I'd be able to use upgraded components that I've never been able to use before because they don't work with Windows 8. So it's going to end up being probably a lot better. You know, I think it's going to be a good thing for everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People are, well, what does it have in it? I have no idea. All right. So that's what I mean. Like, the problem with me is I'm always like, well, I'm going to get a future-proof PC. I'm going to get a beast of a PC that's going to game and stream and do all this. I've been waiting 3 years. I still don't have the money for it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to, and every time, like last year, I really thought it was going to be the year. And it was like, well, I'm going to get a future-proof PC. I'm going to get a beast of a PC that's going to game and stream and do all this. I've been waiting 3 years. I still don't have the money for it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to, and every time, like last year, I really thought it was going to be the year. And then what happened? I had some things going on behind the scenes, health things that I had to spend a lot of money on. I had my tire stolen off of my fucking car. I had my waste disposal in my sink break. So it's like everything happening ended up costing me thousands and thousands of dollars, and there's my money. So I never seem to have the opportunity to buy a new PC, and at this point, it's just not happening. Like, some people say, we'll do a fundraiser. But if I do a fundraiser, people will be generous and contribute, but then what's going to happen? All my income is going to dry up for the month because everyone contributed to the fundraiser, and now my other streams will die, and now it doesn't work. See? So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm thinking over the summer, probably like July, August, during those weeks when there's really not a lot going on at all, I'm probably going to do a PC conversion swap where I finally retire this existing PC. I put everything on Khet's PC, get it up and running, see how much better it runs. It's got to run better than mine. Like I said, when she bought it, it was a good level gaming PC, and it's just sat there for years. Like, probably she hasn't turned it on, I'm serious, in years. It's unused, completely, you know, a waste. And then I'll play as many games on console as I can with this new capture device. And then if there's something that's PC exclusive, I can look to see if it works on the mini PC. And then long term, maybe I'll get something like a Stream Deck or an ROG Ally, which are going to be way cheaper than getting a gaming PC, a dedicated gaming PC, right? I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. So that's what it's sounding like it's going to happen probably over the summer. This is the first time I'm actually telling you guys about it, but that seems to be the plan. So yeah, like I said, I'm just tired of waiting. I don't think that it makes sense for me to keep waiting when my PC's getting older and starting to break and having issues. So I think that I'm going to start using Khet's PC over the summer. And, ooh, a 10-inch herring, and it said it was perfect as well. That's cool. And then, hopefully my streams will look even better. Will not have issues, right? We'll have to see. Because let me put it this way. I think someone would be a lot more... oh, by the way, someone did a super chat. I didn't shout it out. My bad. I will shout it out. I promise you. I just saw it now. I think someone would be a lot more apt to say, hey, I would like to donate maybe, you know, this streaming device like a Stream Deck or ROG Ally to help with your streams, rather than say, oh, I'm going to purchase you an insanely high-end gaming PC. You know what I mean? And people are saying that Stream Deck and the ROG Ally are both powerful enough to actually play Street Fighter 6 at a good level, which I would want. You know, put it with most settings on, you know, VRR and all of that. So that would be awesome. That would give me even a better advantage of Street Fighter 6 right now.
And we have Phil Callens. Phil wants to have an upgrade week where he migrates over to Khet's PC. He talked to her. She doesn't use it anymore. Been sitting there for years unused. Yeah, he wants to take an entire week on stream, by the way, so you can help him to set up the PC. What great, meaningful content, Phil. And Barrett Wells adds on to this. Waited 3 years to get a new PC, but just never had the money. He blew $20K on his mobile game in the 5 months of 2024 alone. Then we have this from Gout. What the fuck was this?
I'm going to give her some lake slime if she likes it. I guess I could give her the cola, right? I'll give her the cola. Here, I got it right out of the lake. You want a sip? Nice and fresh. Ignore the seaweed attached to it. Well, it wouldn't have seaweed if it's from a lake, right? Here you go, watch. This is a pretty terrible gift, isn't it? Wow! Wow. An insult. She insulted the soda that I pulled out of the lake and gave to her. That's hilarious. He fucking insulted the soda. This fucking disgusting soda. Fuck this. She throws it back into the lake. Fuck this. Fucking piece of shit. Don't give me that shit. Never again. I'll throw your ass in the lake, bitch. Alright.
Then we have this screenshot from Stardew Valley by Chris, where DSP got to choose an option in the game for dialogue. And one of the options was, no, but you should get a job and stop leeching off of others, which he started acting at. So hope you guys like that. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.